My name's Piper Rogers. I do pole vault, and then I'm in the 4x2, the 4x4. We're going to run the medley this next meet. Pole vault's been going pretty good for me. I kind of had a rough start. I PR'd at conference last week, which was nice at 10 feet, and then was really close on my 10.6 attempt, so I'm really looking forward to the next two meets, hopefully get another PR. On the girls' side for relays, I know our 4x1's sitting pretty good for state. I'm not in it, but I know they're doing good. And then our 4x2 is also sitting really good, which is nice. Our 4x4 just is on the outside of making state, so we're just going to have to see how that goes. And then we kind of waited a long time to run the medley, but we're going to run that at regions on Thursday, and we're hoping that that will go good. I think overall, for myself, I've had a pretty good season. I've hoped to see a little bit more with pole vault, and I'm hoping that state and region I'll have another PR because I know I can get there. I just have to do it at a meet. And then on the relay side, we've been running pretty good times, and I'm excited for state to see what that brings for both pole vault. I'm seeded number 7, I think, for pole vault right now, and I'm hoping to place top 5 at state. And then, yeah, just run as fast as I can at the rest of the meets.
I'm Peyton Percy. I'm a sophomore here at Lead-Deadwood. I mean, the season's been going pretty good so far. I mean, our relays, we got a couple of relays going in for state. 4x2, it's secured pretty much. The 4x1's just outside. We got to shave like maybe 0.2 of a second off, something like that. 4x4 is just outside of it also. We might get a stab at that at the next meet. Last chance down in Custer. That'll be interesting. Also, the medley, we might be able to get a shot at that. That one's kind of far out though, so we don't know how if we're going to end up running that. We might just end up running the 4x1, 4x2, and the 4x4 there. And also, I'm like a foot out for long jump also for state. I got to jump like 19:10, something like that. So, I mean, that'll be pretty exciting if I'm able to do that. And then also got a buddy, James. He's qualified in a couple individuals. I mean, he's ranked pretty high in the 100, so that'll be exciting to watch him run at state. And then also Howard Wood, it didn't go as planned as what we wanted it to go. We didn't perform as much. Handoffs were kind of rough, stuff like that. But other than that, I'd say the season was a pretty good accomplishment this year. So, yeah.
My name's Cooper Quenzer. I do javelin, discus, and shot put for Lead-Deadwood. I am 7 feet away from going to state for javelin, which is really exciting. I hope I can make up that 7 feet to get to go with the rest of the team. I PR'd at a last meet. I got 130. I'd need 137.11 to qualify.
We are at Mountaintop Field in Lead, visiting with Will Malde, the track and field coach, to get us caught up on the season.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. Always love having you here and talking about our kids a little bit. You know, it's been a good year so far. Kids have done some pretty exciting things, and just had a variety of meets that we've been able to kind of get in. You know, this April has been kind of a little tough. You know, we started the season, we're always worried about getting started, getting those first meets in, and I feel like we got our first few, and then we just start hitting some weather and kind of struggling through that. And but the kids have done some decent things. We took some kids over to Howard Wood. And that was a good meet for us. We had some kids running to O'Gorman, and some of the highlights there, and kind of kid I want to give a shout out to is Cruz Molman. Been having a decent season in pole vault, but stuff is kind of starting to come together. So there at Howard Wood, he's able to go 14 feet in pole vault, tied the school record. So it was just an exciting day there and fun to watch that growth. And a shout out to the girls 4x2, have been doing some decent things this year, and we're trying to cut some more time, and got over to that meet, and we're bouncing between O'Gorman and Howard Wood, and they didn't have a ton of time in between those two meets getting across and getting set up for that, but then had a 2-second PR, jumped up to 13th in the state in that 4x2, which was a big move, so that was exciting. And then, you know, as we moved into conference that we had here last week, that was an exciting time for our kids. Finally got some good weather again. The last time we had a really nice day, I'd say, was when we were over our spring break back in April, when we were in Belfouche, and it was an 80-degree day. We were close to 70s there, you know, for conference down in Rapid, which we felt was a gorgeous day. And the kids just did an awesome job. We had over 40 PRs as a team, by far most of the season so far. A lot of the meets we've had around 20 or just over 20 with our group. But to have, I think it was close to 44, 45 PRs in that one meet was really awesome to see. Our girls 4x1 cut a second, went down to 51.8. Again, moved themselves up quite a ways. I think they're sitting 11th in the state right now. Both of our 4x4 teams, the girls cut 3 seconds, the guys cut 5. Addie Eastman had a good 100 hurdle, was able to cut some time off there. Piper Rogers set a new pole vault PR at 10 feet. So she moved herself up our school top 10 list here. There's a lot of kids doing good things, you know, and so it's been fun to watch, and we're excited to see what this last chance meet will bring coming up here in Custer as we try to get a few more things qualified, a couple more relays in with these kids. The boys got a little bit of work to do. The girls are sitting pretty good. And then we got a couple more kids that are on the verge on our throws. Connor Bender's been right there on that top 24 mark in shot put all year at about 44.5 feet. So he's been doing awesome. Proud of that kid. Cooper Quenzer was in the top 24 for a while with his javelin throws, and he added 3 feet on it at conference, so he's up to 130 feet, and that's our school record right now that he kind of broke, that he set already this season. And he's a couple of feet out of being in that top 24. And so we got some kids that are just kind of knocking on the door, and we're trying to get a couple more things in. Nakai's trying to cut a little bit in her 200 to get that back in the top 24. So kids are doing some exciting things. Love seeing their growth, and hopefully we get some nice weather in Custer to make one final push and get a few more things in.
You mentioned Custer this Thursday, and then of course next week is the state meet in Sioux Falls. A good time of year for these athletes to be getting those PRs.
Absolutely. You know, this stuff is really working out right where we want it to be. There's some really good teams and really good kids all over the state. But again, as you know, as you've been around here, our conference is stacked. Our region's very good. So we race against some of the best and throw against and, you know, jump against some of the best in the state every week. But the kids are peaking at the right time, which is exactly what you want. And so we're hoping for some more growth. Just like you said, we're going to that state meet in Sioux Falls here kind of the end of May. And we're just trying to set ourselves up well for some success. We always like taking a big group of kids, and we've been able to do that for the last several years. And so just trying to build on that group that we take and get more and more competitive with that group. And we got some kids sitting in some good spots. So we're excited to see how these next couple of weeks shake out.
All right, Coach, always great to visit with you.
Thank you guys for stopping by. It's great having you here.
Go Tigers!
Chad?